Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fuel for Success, episode number 256. We're opening and laughing here because before the show, I said, a lot of people that do like talk shows and radio shows and stuff like this, they start with, before the show, they do voice like warm ups. And I've never been voice coach, so I don't know how that, but I'm like, Mimo, Mimo, Mimo. And Matt just
I,
about fell off
I
his chair.
fell out of my chair. I really did. I went out of my chair because Mike surprised me with that one. For sure.
So
Anyways,
our
part of
voices
being
are warmed
healthy
up.
is having the ability to laugh, Mike.
That's true.
Having
And
a
the
good sense of humor.
That's absolutely right, and it helps relieve stress. Laughter is great medicine. Hey, since our voices are warmed up, and it is a Tuesday morning, we're going to talk about health and weight loss here on this show, and we've got some awesome questions lined up. And of course, we've got the health coach extraordinaire and author of Just Juice It, who we're blessed to have with us on every single show, the one and only Matt Maddox. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my friend, and thank you very much for the little shout out on Just Juice It. And what's funny is someone just bought the book, and they said it'll be here like tomorrow. They were like, "What juicer should I buy?" I'm so tempted in those moments to text back and say, "Can you just wait one day and read the book?" Because I think I answer this in like almost every chapter. Mike, you know what I might do is I might write a book called "What Juicer Should You Buy?" Open it up, and it'd be just this big, huge picture of a NutriBullet, and that would be it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that would do it. Of course, you know how that would work. The day we publish it, NutriBullet would go out of business or something. Hey, but we've got some great questions. I want to remind everybody watching live, go ahead and feel free to type in, ask questions, interact, and we'd love to field your questions here today. We've got several good questions in the hopper that we're about to chew up and spit out and give you the nitty-gritty details of the answers. And thanks to everybody who's watching live. Hey, let's jump right in, man, because we're actually trying to do the show in 30 minutes, and there's so much content.
Let's see if we can do it today. Let's set a goal and see how good you and I are at 30 minutes. Let's go. Let's see what we got today, my friends.
Since our voices are warmed up, we're just jumping right on in. Well, let me ask you this, and this is a great question. I love these number one, top three sort of. What is the number one secret? Everybody listening, this is going to be important. What's the number one secret to being a healthy person?
The number one secret, and there are many. I don't even know if there is a number one because there's not, because there's so many things that are important to health. But if you could only do one thing for the rest of your life, it would be to juice. Straight up. Like the power of fruits and vegetables. Somebody was trying to sell me on a product last night. One of these, these multi-level marketing pills.
Sure.
Oh my God, it'll lower cholesterol. It'll do this. I've never slept better. And I stopped and I said, here's the problem I have with that. Nothing is more powerful than raw fruits and vegetables. Nothing.
True.
So that's my problem, is I teach a health message. And part of being healthy is getting raw fruits and vegetables in your body, either by eating them or by juicing them. And so, Mike, that would be the number one secret, is if you can juice every single day, I can assure you would take less medication, you would be sick less, you would be healthier, like every part of your life would change. Mike, I literally don't know how people even go a day without juicing. I couldn't fathom in my brain going one day without juicing, and I'm not even kidding. Like when I went on a cruise, I brought my juicer in the cruise, and on the cruise, and I remember they took it out because they were like, "You're not allowed to take this in," and I debated with them for like 15 minutes. I was like, "You let people bring sleep machines on here?" I was like, "This is a juicer. What's this gonna do? Blow the cruise ship up?" Like, all I'm doing is plugging in. It's like a hair dryer. You let me bring hair dryers. Why can't I bring a juicer? I mean, I used every persuasive skill and every analogy. I wish I had you, Mike, because if you'd have been there, you'd have helped with the analogies. But they didn't let me bring it on, so I just tipped the little Asian workers in the kitchen and say, hey, you got blender in back? Juice. I bring them a plate of greens and apples and spinach and say, juice, please. Tip them, a little bit. So I was able to squeeze in my juicing on my cruise.
Do what you gotta do.
Hey,
do what you gotta
that's
do.
right, man. That would be the number one secret is juice every day. I know
Just,
that's not like a secret,
Yeah.
but juice every day.
Just for the record, if I'd been there, I probably wouldn't have helped you get it through with an analogy. I probably would have faked a seizure as a good distraction, and then you could have snuck it right in, and then or something like that.
One of you got to watch Mike fake a seizure one day. It's funny. Mike has randomly put me on the floor many times just with his randomness. Where were we at? New Orleans Starbucks, and you busted it out. I mean, I laughed so hard I thought I was gonna break ribs. But yeah, I could have then been like, see, that's why I need the juicer. He has these if he doesn't get his juice in.
Hey, anyways, back to the subject. I totally agree, and there's nothing like fresh fruits and vegetables. There's no substitute for it. There's no product that can be processed or built in a factory that's gonna give you what you need. I don't know. Have you seen this new product called Soylent? And for those of us that are old.
I've heard of it, but I haven't done much exploring into it. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's actually a manufactured product that was engineered by a technical guy like myself, and it's actually pretty brilliant from a marketing standpoint because he just takes like protein powders and different supplements and he builds this powder that you make a shake, and it's a food supplement. And of course, it's funny that he called it Soylent because I don't know if you've seen the old Charlton Heston movie called Soylent Green. That's what it's based on, and anyways, I won't get into that.
I would have approved for a product.
Yeah, well, it's actually funny. But the fact of the matter is, and they're like, well, it's got all the nutrition you need, it's got all this and all this. But the reality is, even if you have like a B vitamin, right, a supplement that. The B vitamins from a supplement that have been extracted and processed and put with a chelate and put in pill form or put in a powder or any of those, your body just simply does not absorb them the same way it does from natural fruits and vegetables. It's not the same. And so there's no way that you can supplement with manufactured things that'll be better than natural. Look, God made us a certain way. He made fruits and vegetables, and he made herbs, and he made all the things that are good for our body. You can't replace it with manufactured products.
No, Mike, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like creating a relationship to survive off one sentence a day. I mean, this mentality of let's take a pill. I hate that. It makes me actually aggravated. And last night, the person trying to sell me was like, but it's so much easier for people that don't have time to juice or don't like fruits and vegetables. They still get it. Nope, that conflicts with the message I teach. I don't believe there's one breathing human being that don't have time to juice. I don't believe it. I don't care if you work 8 jobs, you got time to juice. Number 2, I don't believe in the myth that people don't eat healthy because they don't like it. They don't eat healthy because their body's so polluted with toxins that at first their body rejects anything that's healthy because there's so much poison and processed chemicals, junk, sugar in someone's body that they need to be detoxified at first. That's why when people first go through My Health 90, they're like, oh my God, I got a headache. I'm like, it's okay. It's all good. Your body's just, all that junk you've had in your body, it's leaving. So you're going to have a couple of situations like this. What were you about to say, Mike?
I was going to say, I laugh at that. I don't like it because I've seen people that have a little cough and they'll take a bottle of Robitussin and like pour it out and they'll drink it. They'll be like, ugh. And you're like, well, you didn't like that, did you? But you took it because it's to help you. Hello? Okay.
Right, all I can say is I'm glad you're on my team. That's all I can say. I'm glad you're on my team. I'm glad I actually got your personal cell phone number. That makes me feel good, man.
Well, I figured it was about time. Hey,
how you been liking my Snapchats real quick? We got to move on, but have I been doing better on the Snapchat?
Yeah, I've been doing great on the Snapchat. I appreciate you like ripping into me and calling me out for letting my daughter have an energy drink yesterday. I didn't let her, by the way.
How'd you like that? I was like, would you let her
It was
smoke?
hilarious.
Would you let her drink? Why are you letting her do an energy drink?
My man was stern with me too. He's just like looking at me in the camera. It was good. And you're absolutely right. Energy drinks are poison.
Yeah.
Where were we? Hey,
The question number 2.
no, question number 2. That's where we were. This is a great question, kind of vague, but I think we can definitely address some things here. Why is it so hard for people to get healthy? We kind of touched on a couple of these in the last question, but what is your opinion on why is it so hard for people to get healthy?
I don't know. Could it be a correlation of why it's so hard for you and I that we had question number 1, the number 1 secret to health, which could have been answered in 30 seconds, and we're 11 minutes in our show, just now getting to question 2? I don't know, Mike. Could it be? So, here's the deal. Why is it so hard for people to get healthy? Number 1, because of the society we live in. And we live in a society that doesn't promote health. We promote medicine. We turn to the doctor for everything. I mean, I know people that the first sign of a sniffle, they want to go get an antibiotic. They want to go get a prescription. We're a prescription drug society. Our food is filled with nothing but chemicals. The amount of GMOs, the highly processed foods. Mike, the average American doesn't even eat or drink anything nutritionalist on a daily basis. Anything that's nutritional. It's got so much junk in it. You read the ingredients, there's literally zero nutritional value. My son and I were in the store and he grabbed a bag of the veggie fries, chips.
Yes. Yeah.
He was like, these are healthy, aren't they? I said, let's stop, Caleb. Let's take a look and see if these are healthy. Let's just look at the ingredients. I was like, out of the 39 ingredients, I was like, what's healthier? An actual carrot stick? How about homemade kale chips, right? How about, if you're going for veggie fries, just because it's green, just because it's a green veggie fry doesn't mean it's healthy, So I was like, no, there's nothing healthy in these things. If you're going to eat chips, just go down, man. Go down. Eat them. Grab Doritos. Because, see, that's what we do in society, though. We make people feel like they're making a healthy choice by selling things like veggie fries or veggie. Ain't nobody got time for that, my friend.
No.
But, I think it's hard because most people didn't grow up learning health habits. Most people, never really learned about health. We really didn't. I mean, most people, even in their 40s, don't know anything about health. What's healthy, what's not healthy. Most people couldn't tell you right now the 10 healthiest foods to eat or the 10 healthiest foods that will give you cancer. I think it's a lack of knowledge. I think it's a lack of just, the fact that it's our society as a whole. You go, everywhere you go, pretty much the only option is unhealthy. Let's say in St. Petersburg, Florida, I think in the Tampa Bay area, there's like 3 million people that live here. I think we might have like maybe 3 health restaurants out of thousands that are not. You know what I'm saying? I think that's part of it. A lot of it's mentality, a lack of training, coaching, lack of knowledge. What about you, Mike? Your take on this?
I think lack of knowledge is huge. Just like you said, the example of the veggie fries is a great example. People just don't take the time to learn it. I think that what you said about culture and really the Industrial Revolution led us to a point that we're at today. 200 years ago, the average American would eat 100 different vegetables a year, different vegetables. And today, the average American eats four different vegetables a year. So you see how we've taken all of our eggs and sort of put them in one basket, and it's the wrong way. And there's nothing wrong with, corn, right? There's nothing wrong with soybeans if they're a part of 100 other vegetables that you're eating. But when all you eat is corn and potatoes and soybeans, you're losing out on a lot of nutritional value, and you're losing out on a lot of the different nutrients, the micronutrients that your body needs, and so on and so forth. So I think because of and industry has really pushed it that way. And I don't speak of industry as like an evil thing. I'm a capitalist, I'm all about industry, but just understand that that's the situation that we're in. And to be health conscious, you need to understand that, the manufacturers are not necessarily out for your good. I mean, just because they put out something that looks healthy, I actually like to show my daughter, like when I'm in the store, like look at these two products next to each other, right? And just from the packaging, I'll say, okay, which one's healthier? Because they'll clearly sort of bend one towards looking healthy. It's greener, it's brighter, it's got words like fat free, and I'm like, look at it, it's no better for you. In fact, in some cases, it's worse. So that's my take.
I almost feel dirty when I go in the grocery store now, like I'm sinning. Probably like that same feeling as if you were to, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, God, I feel like I shouldn't be here, So I love what Pacey said. She said, I watched my 600-pound life last night with my new My Health 90 eyes. Good analogy, Pacey. Love what Christy said. My Health 90 will tell you all you need to know about health. Join if you haven't. It will change your life. That's coming from somebody that's, both of them are members of My Health 90. So yeah, definitely. For sure. My Health 90 would totally save you from a disastrous world of unhealth, sickness, diseases, you name it.
Good.
What's the next question we have here, Mike?
And this is a real life situation that can happen. What's your advice for someone that has an unsupportive spouse when it comes to health?
Well, other than withholding sex, that would probably be the most powerful. I'm just joking, purely joking. I had to wake you guys up this morning. At the end of the day, this happens. Like this is a real life situation. It happens, every day we get texts, emails from people who are like, hey, I'm really trying to get healthy, but my spouse isn't on board. My first response is, let me have their cell phone number. I'll call them. They'll be on board when I'm done. So number one is don't let it affect you. Don't allow it to drag you down. Don't be weak-minded about it. Be tougher. Okay, you ready for this? You got light and darkness right now, okay? You've got health and unhealth. Who's going to win? Are you going to let your unhealthy spouse dominate the household because they want to be unhealthy? No. You have a stronger will. Meaning like, hey, I'm going to cook healthy things. Of course, this depends on if it's a wife. Obviously a wife doesn't want to look at her husband and tell him to go to McDonald's or go wherever, right? But no, if you're the wife, you're cooking, make healthy things. Make healthy choices. You don't got to add salt. You don't got to cook with vegetable oil. You can use olive oil. You can use organic meat. Even if you're going to do beef, do organic beef. If you're going to do broccoli, don't make broccoli with cheese, right? It's another thing we do. I'm like, people's like, I'm going to order broccoli with cheese because it's healthy. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not healthy. So anyways, you got to learn to do little things. And encourage your spouse to at least juice with you. Say, okay, listen, I understand you don't want to go all radical like I am. Will you at least meet me halfway? And I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. Meet me halfway. Will you juice with me? Will you at least eat 1 healthy meal a day? Try to negotiate a little bit and meet in the middle if you can. And then stay really positive about it. Don't always be the one that's giving health advice, though. I will say this. This can be annoying to unhealthy people, and I've been guilty of this. I'll be like going out, I'll be at the ballpark with a buddy, and he'll order a hot dog, and I'm like, do you have any idea what's in that, what you're about to eat? Do you have any clue? Like, I'm tempted to do that, but I've learned nowadays just to stay quiet, drink my water, and eat my bag of almonds, and don't always be the one that's lecturing, because you're not going to win them over if you are, especially if it's a spouse. Every single time they're eating something, you don't want to be like, okay, well that right there is going to be causing cancer. You're probably going to have a heart attack because of that. You don't always want to be saying that. So live it, be positive, let them see the results. And when they're hacking up and coughing and sick all the time, and you're just got done jogging, feeling good, it's like, honey, I'm telling you, if you get healthy, it works. Mike, this is such a broad subject. I would have to know the details before I could really give good advice. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
is he against health because he just doesn't know about it? Does he have subconscious fears? Is he overweight? Does he fear failure? Is it emotionally based? Is it because he's jealous because you have more discipline than him? I mean, there could be 100 different reasons why a spouse is not supportive.
Good.
What's your favorite one, Mike? What's your favorite one? Then I want you to speak on that.
Well, I think that well, first of all, I like what Pacey said about leading by example, and I actually want to address. Mary asked a great question here a little bit. She said, well, isn't the spouse going to want, you know, better sex? Isn't that going to be a good enough motivator? And how could the spouse not be supportive? But you got to understand that sometimes food addictions are extremely powerful, and people can have, you know, we live in a society. We touched on this last question that people are so ingrained, almost in some ways in a negative connotation towards health, that in fact some men that I know, you know, it's almost an ego thing for them. It's like, well, I'm not going to eat healthy, you know, like it makes them more of a man, and I don't really get that, but it is. There's like the psychological ego trip that they go on. So that can be a very powerful. I hate to say motivator, but motivate them in the wrong direction. So, you know, you would think, Mary, that would be the case, but not necessarily.
And Mike, for all the married people, it is a proven fact that sex is better when you're healthier. It's a proven fact. So if you don't have any motivators, this to me would trump all motivation right here. That it really is better for you in the bedroom if you're healthy.
True.
And that's a whole show we could do right there, Mike.
It's a whole show we could do. Hey, this is an easy question. Can you share a juice recipe that is good that some people wouldn't think of?
Dude, listen to this. Kale, pineapple, lemon, cucumber, mint.
Mint.
Mint is the secret in that recipe. Mint. Caleb didn't used to like greens, but that recipe he loves. I made him one last night. Kale, banana, oatmeal, cinnamon. And he drank the whole thing, you know, so, and again, I mean, he doesn't like oatmeal, he doesn't like kale. That's the power of juicing. I put literally like almost 2 cups of oatmeal in there, half a banana, kale, water, cinnamon, and he loved it.
Good. I've never used mint. I'm going to have to try that.
Ooh, it might. Do this one. Strawberry, cucumber, mint, spinach. Like there's something, mint is going to feel to you like ginger does. It's going to be that little secret, powerful addition that's going to make your juicing a little just more refreshing. Strawberry, cucumber, mint. You know, there's so many different. I've been using a lot of mint lately, and I've been having fun with it. I do use cayenne sometimes, Tommy. When I'm making a power juice, I will, but I cook a lot with it. Yeah, oatmeal is raw when I add it, Mary. I just throw it right in there as it is. I don't cook it for sure. That would be nasty. But basil is amazing with watermelon. Thank you, Pacey.
I've used basil. I also love cilantro and parsley in different juices. Cilantro with cucumber, spinach, and jalapeno. It's all green, but it's good stuff.
All the store managers after today, they're going to be like, why are we out of mint? Like, how the sudden rapid sales in mint?
Yeah. And there's, of course, health advantages to any green leafy vegetable, and there's slightly different micronutrients between mint and basil and cilantro and parsley. Parsley actually is a great detoxification green.
You want to know what's funny last night? You want to know what's funny, and this is no joke? Caleb and I were bike riding, and pollen is really bad this time of year in Florida, and he's like, Dad, I think I might be getting a little bit of allergies here. And he's like, what should I do? And I was like, well, you need to increase your wheatgrass. You need to start juicing a little bit more. And he just started laughing. He was like, is that your answer for everything, wheatgrass? Because, you know, in other words, I rarely, Mike, would be the type that would turn to meds. I really would. I believe unless it's too far gone in someone's life, I believe there's a natural cure for everything. I believe you can't beat God. You can't beat God. And when God created raw fruits and vegetables and herbs, God knew what he was doing. And when God created the human body, the body was designed to heal itself. The human body is so powerful. We're the ones that ruin it with all the medication and all the surgeries. And again, please don't misunderstand. Mike and I are not doctors. We're coaches. We motivate. We inspire. We give, our story. And my story is this. I do believe there's certain times someone has to have surgery. There's certain times someone has to have medicine. So I need to clarify and get you to understand. But it literally should be your last resort. And it should be something that you avoid at all costs. Because I believe that you can heal yourself through proper lifestyle, attitude, forgiveness, juicing, wheatgrass. I really believe these things, Mike, really do help people heal.
I believe it too. Short-term and long-term. Here's my story. Last Sunday, actually Saturday, stomach flu was going around. Everybody was getting it. My wife had it for 5 or 6 days. I mean, she was out. And I had, pastor was out of town. I was on to preach Sunday morning, so it was sort of important that I was okay. It was Saturday night, and you know how you feel it. It's coming. It's like, yep, here it comes. I'm going to get sick. And first of all, I just positive mental attitude. I said, you know what? I'm not going to get sick. And I went and juiced, hit 30 minutes of cardio, prayed, gone, never got it. And
makes a difference.
Everyone I know got it. Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
I've had 2 conversations last week with people that battle depression. You go to a doctor, right? A doc, and what do? They prescribe medicine, right? I just don't believe that medicine is the answer for depression. I'm a life coach. I've worked with a lot of people that were depressed. I personally have battled depression before, so I know how real it is. It's real. People don't realize how real depression is. But if you think for 1 minute that going and getting medication to treat your depression is going to work, I just don't know if there's probably more than 5 success stories in the world of people that are writing books that said, I was on medication, I was depressed, I got on antidepressants, I was on medication, and I've never felt better in all my life. The side effects, the long-term damage that it does to someone's body. So like both people, I said, listen, I would get on my knees if I was in front of you and tell you it's time to get off all this depression, this medication for depression. I believe you can beat it through exercise, juicing, positive thinking, laughter. I believe there's ways to beat it the natural way. People call me a radical if you want, but I wish I could work with the top most 100 depressed people in the world and give them a shot at 6 months of doing it the natural way. And I can assure you we probably have 100% success because, Mike, again, please don't misunderstand. I'm personally a little frustrated and angry with medicine and the amount of people that are turning to drugs. In our society, you get arrested if you use drugs. There should be a whole lot more people arrested that are using drugs that's not marijuana. You feel what I'm saying? In other words, the end all be all, we think, oh my God, he's a drug user. Most of you are drug users. All that stuff that you go buy at the pharmacy, that's drugs, my friends. Many people get addicted to it. The side effects of it, what it does to your immune system, what it does to your body, it's not healthy.
And it creates a downward spiral. And I think maybe Tommy earlier said that one medication has a side effect, or maybe it was Mary, and leads to a side effect that you treat with another medication. And I've seen this happen, and doctors are prescribing medications, and certainly every situation is different, and we're not speaking to every situation, but in many cases, a natural regime of diet, exercise, proper diet, proper nutrition, exercise, emotional healing, that's the solution, and I believe it.
Emotional healing. A lot of it's emotional healing. You'll find that people that are depressed usually are dealing with emotional issues of bitterness and grudges and pain, rejection, molestation, rape. I mean, there's many different things that can happen in a person's life. Life is tough.
Yeah.
Some people go through some bad things. But at the end of the day, Mike, attitude, I don't want to listen, attitude and a person's spirit and, the human spirit is powerful. But when we start turning to things that God didn't create and we start turning to things that are filled with chemicals and things that cause all these negative side effects. I mean, Mike, have you ever read a warning label on a package of kale or broccoli or ginger or, strawberries that says, warning, this could be extremely, bad for your health, could have side effects such as, depression, suicide. I mean, come on. I mean, at the end of the day, foods affect moods. It really does. It really does. You know what most people need that are depressed? They need to change their lifestyle and learn how to eat healthy. Because I promise you, rarely have I ever met a healthy person that was depressed. People that are depressed, usually the common things are they smoke, they eat bad food, they watch a lot of TV, they're not physically fit, they don't laugh a lot, they don't have a positive attitude, they hold grudges. So let's start dealing with the cause and the root. That's what a lot of people do. That's why doctors are so busy. And I love doctors and I believe in them because I believe there's some good doctors out there that help people. But you go in their office and they're busy. And they okay, what's going on? Okay, I'm going to, they all of a sudden go to Walgreens and pick this up. This should help. If you have any problems, come see me in a few days. Is that help? Does that really help? Is that really dealing with the real cause? Or are we just trying to, Mike, you understand what I'm saying? I think too many people in our society are trying to treat the symptoms rather than the cause. Exactly. And let's deal with the cause of depression. You know what I'm saying? Why people are really depressed.
Yeah, we're very good at masking symptoms, and we seek to mask symptoms, and in fact, we treat by masking symptoms, and that's never a solution. That's like when you're about to throw a rod in the engine of your car and it's going clank, 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 and you know that you only have a few miles left, and you're like, I know how to fix this, and you turn up the radio. Car's still going to break down.
Does anybody agree with me that nobody on planet Earth can pull out an analogy better than Mike? Mike, nobody could win an argument against you. I feel bad for Carol. She can probably never beat you in an argument just because your ability to pull out an analogy.
Probably true. Hey, we've got several questions left. We are out of time, and want to maybe next week, Christy, get to those questions about stretching and exercise. We've got some about the problems of dieting, but we are at 32 minutes. And
well, and the good news is we do this every Tuesday, and we do have a webinar coming up that deals with emotional issues and the side effects of weight gain and what have you. I was talking to somebody last night who has had a major problem with weight in their life, and come to find out when you really dive into it, it's all because of emotional pain, emotional issues. So we're going to be dealing with that in an upcoming webinar. Just stay tuned. We'll keep you posted on the date and time of that. But hey, I do want to say this in closing, Mike. Awesome show. Thanks everyone that watched live. We appreciate those that are watching later on the archives. I'm really asking you to do this. Go to myhealth90.com and sign up, because not only will it help you lose weight, we are going to give you daily coaching on how to be healthy. The coaching alone is worth MyHealth90. You get unbelievable motivation, encouragement, accountability, and coaching, and unbelievable support system. Everybody is talking about, Mike, it's growing. It's one of the fastest growing companies out there right now. We're grateful to be a part of it, because at the end of the day, it's truly about helping people lose weight and get healthy. But if you don't want to join, and you know somebody that's overweight, you know somebody that's depressed, you know somebody who's not healthy, somebody that's sick, it's 911 that you get them in MyHealth90. Don't let them do another diet. Don't let them go get the weight loss surgery. Don't let them take another weight loss shake or a diet pill. Send them to MyHealth90, and I promise you we'll help you. If MyHealth90 doesn't help them, I will send you every one of these books, and these are my prized possessions. I love my books. I believe in my health my health 90 so much that if someone does it every day for 90 days and they see no results, I will give them every single one of these books, every single one of them.
That's quite a guarantee. And I agree 100%. Yeah. Tommy's
All right,
asking
we love
me
you guys.
interventions.
We will be back tomorrow morning for our show about family and relationships, 9:30 EST. If the show helps you, share it out on your Facebook. I'm not quite sure about Tommy's question about My Health 90 interventions. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that might be a good idea, actually, Tommy. I think we might institute something like that. Love you guys, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 9:30.
Enjoy your Tuesday, everyone. We'll see you later.